the Benelli 502 TRX. Benelli's adventure range bike, entry level to the adventure market. Currently in Europe, #1 selling bike. It also comes with its system, which is the 502, which is stock standard cast iron wheels. This is spoked, a little bit lower the 502 is. The 502X is designed for adventure bike riding and off-road. 20-litre fuel tank, getting roughly around about 530 kilometers out of a tank. Added extras to this bike are headlights, which I've added, stone guard, crash bar, along with the WRS screen. Added an extra 15 centimeters for the wind buffering, as I'm 6'2". If you're under 6 foot, the wind buffering is fine. This bike, for an entry level bike, is fantastic. Today we're going to show a little bit of off-road and mainly on-road as well. Okay, the Benelli 502 TRX. Purchased this bike about 12 months ago. Had about 14,000 kilometers on it. A lot of research to go down which adventure bike I wanted to basically move into, because I looked at the Suzuki V-Strom, nice bike, 650. I looked at the CB500 Honda. To me, it looked like it was more of a road bike that someone had slapped a couple of tyres on it. The Benelli 502, which is not the TRX version, which has actually got the cast wheels on it, it's a little bit lower. That's more of a road biased bike. You could probably set that up as an adventure bike. But the 502 TRX was designed to be that low range adventure bike for people to physically move into that sort of market. Riding Hondas for the last 5 years off-road, nothing too crazy, just off-road fire trails. The Benelli, to me, seemed like the best move for me. It was low price, done a little bit of work to it. I put a smoked screen on it, I put a good stone guard on it, which I can show a link below if anyone's interested. I basically put pannier holders and pannier bags on the back. Great thing to do on and off. Highway speed, I'm sitting currently on, depending which one you look at, the GPS says 93, must be this is 104. The GPS on the phone, when I've done it before, says it's about 6 out, and a lot of research. So I'll trust sort of in between. To be honest with the bike itself, it's in the price range. If it's something you want to get looking at, I cannot fault this bike for the price range. You get what you pay for. It does come with hand guards. It doesn't come with a good stone guard. The stone guard on it is basically, I think it might deflect a cornflake that hit up onto it. From experience, I did have a stone hit it and it didn't really pick up that much. The front screens, it was clear. Like I said, I did replace it for a smoke screen. I think it looks better. And also I've added, it does come with a side crash bar if you do crash, but I've actually added a front side and front side. It actually connects around to give it a little bit extra protection. Comfortable to ride? Yes, I've done 500-600 kilometer rides in a day in this bike, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I'm going to do a ride another couple of weeks, which I'm going to take some videos of basically going northern rivers, going over the Black Butte Range. 80% of it's off-road. Today I'm just going to take this off-road for about 30-40 kilometers and do some videos and show how the bike handles off-road. Okay, the Benelli handles off-road quite comfortable, as long as you're not stupid or doing silly things, taking your time in the corners and choosing the right tyres, which I'll go on about in a little minute. She's comfortable standing up. The tank itself is 20 litres. It is quite a tank. The tank is a little bit top heavy, so if you're looking for an adventure bike to start off with and you're not something a bit more mid-weight, it's bike's probably not the best, but price wise, where the tank is situated, you can grip the seat okay. So you know, I'm currently standing up right now and basically got not grip on the physical bike itself. You know, we're currently doing about 70 kilometers an hour on the dirt road. It's not, I would say, a rough dirt road. It's been well manicured. The bike itself with the forks, I think they're about 135 millimeters. The compression on them is okay. Have I bottomed out on them? A couple of times I have. There's the road I'm going to do in a couple of weeks, which is up around northern New South Wales. There's a few areas up there where it does get a little bit hairy, but for this bike itself, it handles it fine. As long as you're a little bit back on the bike itself, you're not going to have a major issue. This is South Ripley Road in Brisbane. It's quite a nice road. It's round about, I'm guessing here, about 32 kilometers long. If I'm wrong, someone will correct me. Comfortability wise, like I said before, I've ridden this bike for 500 kilometers and never had a problem. Standing up on the bike, the pegs are situated quite nicely. I do feel quite nice and balanced. I can take corners, you know, 70 kilometers an hour on the brakes, leaning into the corners is fine. Here, doing 70 and the bike's handling it fine. I'm looking at the weather and I'm thinking, I'm hoping I'm not going to get rained on. Luckily though, I am wearing the right equipment today. Oh, hello Mr. Horsey. Yeah, once again, adventure bike riding, don't do it in jeans, t-shirt, wear the right equipment, you know. You don't have to go and spend $1 million on gear, but for a start out bike, it is perfectly balanced for what I think it's needed. Do I enjoy riding it? I do. It's actually very enjoyable to ride. On-road, off-road. Tyre choices, 100%. If you're starting out on an adventure bike riding, I would recommend for an 80-20. Because if you're going to be going off-road and you're going to be doing a lot of on-road as well, you want to make sure that your tyres can grip the dirt. The last thing you want to do is be on 50/50s, which are not a bad tyre. I'm currently got a 50/50 on the back and a 70/30 on the front. But starting up, I would recommend, you know, something around 80-20, because you want to be able to grip the dirt going around those corners. You do not want to have the bike getting on top of you. A little bit of a downhill. Bike's handling it fine. I was hoping for a little bit of water in these creeks. We've had a lot of rain up here, but it must have disappeared quite quickly. One thing I will say, if you're going to start doing adventure bike riding, like I said, all this advice I'm giving is from my point of view on this bike. I've been adventure bike riding for just over 18 months. And I've learned a lot in those times. If you're in the Brisbane area, I recommend, you know, going to see someone like Mel Dalton out at QME. He can teach you the aspects of how to ride an adventure bike correctly. Full day course. If you want to see it, I can put his link down below. But I spent one day with him and I learned a lot more than I thought I knew about adventure bike riding. Motocross riders will have a lot more easier getting onto an adventure bike. They're much lighter. My Honda CRF 450X, it only weighs about 120 kilos wet. Get me on top of it, I can throw that bike around corners, no problems at all. I jumped on this and took it off road and tried to throw it around a corner, and I can tell you now, I nearly bit the dirt. Wish I had a camera on that day, but I caught the bike, no problem whatsoever. This is really comfortable through here. The actual is actually quite comfortable to ride. I've been on this track when it's been freshly graded, and I think the grader driver was drinking because it was rutted like no tomorrow. And once you start on adventure bike riding, you're going to enjoy it. Just getting out on the road, getting out on the dirt, enjoying the scenery. This South Ripley Road is probably one of my favourite, just to go for a ride and just see what's going on around the scenery. I don't think they've had that much rain here. I'm only 45 minutes drive away and we've had that much rain. This looks quite dry. Looks really dry. Oh, a little bit of ruts out. The ABS kicking in there. It doesn't really bother me that much. I do notice it, but the bike itself is designed for it. It's probably more likely for wet roads, not dirt, but it does kick in every now and again. Oh, this looks like a nice little cambered road. Whatever you want to do when you're standing up is don't hang on to the handlebars. You want to be leaning forward, because the last thing you want to do is actually get those arms feeling tired, because if you're physically hanging onto the bike, oh my god, you're going to be tired after today. Lean forward, almost like you're on a Segway, like a hoverboard. Oh, look at this beautiful road. Currently doing it. This road's been very well looked after, I'd say. And no overtaking on bridge. Well, no, that's a good thing. Oh, she handles it well. Bend your legs down a little bit, take the shock absorbent out. Oh, have I enjoyed this ride? I use the word again, fantastic. Leaning into the corner, counter steering on the bike. I'm not a professional at it. There's a lot of people online who can teach you how to counter steer better than what I can, but it's something you must learn to do on an adventure bike if you want to get more off-road. Because you want it on a road bike, you're actually steering into the corner, you're pushing on the handlebars, getting that bike down deep. Do you do that on a adventure bike? Oh, that nearly ended in tears for them, not me. They're out there in shorts and shirts. They come off, they're going to have skin missing and bark missing from everywhere. Safety gear, helmet, gloves, jacket, boots, jacket with armor. The jacket I'm wearing today, it's actually it's an air-cooled jacket. It is fantastic in the summer. Winter time, not so good. Okay, well, that is my off-road test of the Benelli. I've done lots of it, but I wanted to share it with everybody else because I do enjoy riding this bike. I think Benelli has come up with a balance and price for the market, and if anyone wants to get into it, second-hand or even brand new, like brand new, they were 9,900, they're now about 10. So, signing off, and if you like this video and you want me to do more, which I'm going to do, please have a look at what I can do and offer. Thank you, have a great day. Out.